जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंद यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय प्रभुपद 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 श्रील प्रभुपद। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोतश श्री श्रीमद इस डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री श्री राधा राधानाथ की, श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन की, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 21, entitled Instructions by Maharaj Prithu, and text 14. Which is there already. तस्मिन्नर्हत्सु सर्वेषु स्वरचितेषु यथार्हत उत्थित सदसो मध्ये ताराणां मुडुराडिव तस्मिन्नर्हत्सु सर्वेषु स्वरचितेषु यथार्हत उत्थित सदसो मध्ये ताराणां मुडुराडिव। तस्मिन् अर्हत्सु सर्वेषु यथार्हत तस्मिन् अर्हत्सु सर्वेषु स्वरचितेषु यथार्हत उत्थित सदसो मध्ये ताराणां मुडुराडिव। तस्मिन्नर्हत्सु सर्वेषु स्वरचितेषु यथार्हत उत्थित सदसो मध्ये ताराणां मुडुराडिव। Tasmin, in that great meeting, arhatsu, of all those who are worshipable, sarveshu, all of them, Su architeshu, being worshipped according to their respective positions. Yatha arhata, as they deserve. Uttita, stood up. Sadasaha, amongst the assembly members. Madhye, within the midst. Taranam, of the stars. Udurat, the moon. Iva, like. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. In that great assembly, Maharaj Prithu first of all worshipped all the respectable visitors according to their respective positions. After this, he stood up in the midst of the assembly, and it appeared that the full moon had arisen amongst the stars. Purport. According to the Vedic system, the reception of great exalted personalities as arranged by Prithu Maharaj in that great sacrificial arena is very important. The first procedure in receiving guests is to wash their feet, and it is learned from Vedic literature that one time when Maharaj Yudhishthir performed a Rajasuya Yajna, Krishna took charge of washing the feet of the visitors. Similarly, Maharaj Prithu also arranged for the proper reception of the demigods, the saintly sages, the Brahmanas, and the great kings. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padant Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sadhu Sadhu Tadai Nati Nicho Chataraka Hanamuncha Kadachin Mam Premna Hridagantayo Sfuraha So once again, here at Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Temple, for the today's morning Bhagavatam class, I'd like to ask the permission, the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas and especially there is Shuddhi Prabhu. Kindly bless me. Prabhuji is the one, I think, who has inaugurated the Krishna consciousness in the South Africa. And if Prabhuji would not have come here, I think there won't be any Bhagavatam class. There won't be any temple. So, you can say we are eternally indebted to Prabhuji for bringing Krishna consciousness here. So in this fourth canto, the description of Maharaj Pruthu, we are hearing about when Maharaj Pruthu has started the sacrifice and after that he is going to address the Brahmanas. So Srimad Bhagavatam is not only the description, but we says Bhagavatam katha. In Sanskrit, the word katha has a different meaning. So one of the meaning of katha is kathayati iti katha. One who speaks out something, one who tells us something, one who is teaching us something, that is called as katha. So Acharyas say that there are two kinds of lessons which Bhagavatam gives to a sadhaka. One is called as upadeya in Sanskrit and second is called as heya. Upadeya means what we should be doing and heya means what we should not be doing. Both the lessons we learn from different stories of Bhagavatam, and also it shows us the ideal Vedic culture. So I'm coming also from India. So in India basically still this culture exists, we see. In more particular, if you go to certain places in India, whether you go to Bengal, you go to Maharashtra, Orissa, as soon as some sadhu, some monk comes to the home, the first thing before they enter the home, his feet, they wash his feet. In Maharashtra also is more common. It's one of the common ritual we see. That even in Srimad Bhagavatam. So this part is more elaborately shown here. So the first verse we saw the influence of Maharaj Pruthu over the earthly planet. And as soon as started the sacrifice, all the Vaisnavas, the Brahmanas, the Rajarshis and even the demigods, they appeared. So that's another thing that yesterday I was telling, practically every service which is done with the consciousness to please Guru and Krishna also comes in the category of sacrifice. So the test of the success of or the perfection of the sacrifice is when the Vaishnavas, the Brahmanas, the demigods, they appear there to bless the ceremony. Similarly, I was hearing that when we are offering some service to Krishna, whether we are chanting, whether we are making the bhoga, or whatever different limbs of devotional service we are performing, there is always the question that whether Krishna is really pleased with us or not, whatever service we are doing. So the pleasure of Krishna can be exhibited through the blessings of the Vaishnavas, they say. The Vaishnavas, when they get pleased, when you do some huge festival like Narottam Das Thakur celebrated the first Gaur Purnima festival, we hear. And the Panchatattva appeared there. After the Panchatattva, disappeared from this planet. After that, when Narottam Das Thakur, I think it was Kheturi, it's Bangladesh. The unfortunate situation. Most of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and his associates have happened in Bangladesh. So one of that place is the Kheturi Gram, they say. Where Shri Narottam Das Thakur was celebrating the festival of Gaur Purnima. And I invited like Mother Janva and what are the contemporary acharyas were there. But by his sincere devotion, by his purity, Lord Chaitanya becomes so pleased that Lord Chaitanya with all his associates, Nityananda Advaita, he appeared there. So this is just an example I'm relating here. In the Maharaj Pratu's assembly, demigods are coming. In Narottam Das Thakur's Sankirtan, Panchatattva appeared. When 4 Kumaras were reciting Bhagavatam to Narad Muni at the bank of Ganges, it's mentioned in the Padma Puran, Bhagavat Mahatmya. So there Krishna himself appeared at the end of the Bhagavatam. So we don't see like at the end of our Bhagavatam class Krishna. But that is one of the tests. And when they appeared, when they come, how we reciprocate with them, that's the most important thing. As Shri Rupa Goswami speaks in Nectar of Instruction also. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet pranatabhischa bhajantamisham Shushrushraya bhajan vigyam ananya manaso nindadi shunyamipsita sangalabhya. So that is the basic etiquette which has been given there. That as soon as we see the Vaishnavas, the first most important thing is we should become very happy just by seeing the Vaishnavas. Because if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, it speaks about the 6 kinds of offenses at the feet of Vaishnavas. What we say, Vaishnava Aparadha. How is that? Anti nindati vodveshti Vaishnave nabhinandati krudyate na darshane harsham Vaishnavam patananishat. There are 6 kinds of Vaishnava Aparadha, they say. Hanti is like the physical, what's happening in Bangladesh now. That is a gross offense, very heavy. Hanti, second is nindati, verbal offense. First one is the physical, second is the verbal. When we speak negative about some Vaishnavas, Hanti nindanti vo dveshti, you have some grudge or some negative feeling for the Vaishnavas. That is third. So first is physical, second is verbal, third is mental. And then comes the way you behave with them. Anti nindanti vo dveshti. And then next 3 are, first is Vaishnave na abhinandati. As soon as you see a Vaishnava and you fail to greet them. Na abhinandati. At least like I still remember in my early days, I was just a college student. And I used to come to temple and I was not having some etiquette. So then they would say, as soon as you see any Vaishnava, at least you should fold the hand. If you are not able to pay the obeisance, you should fold the hands and you should bow down your head and say Hare Krishna. So they used to ask me, but I couldn't understand why. But I remember almost 20 years before, when I was in Vrindavan, I got the fortune to serve one of Srila Prabhupada's disciple. Now he's no more there. His Grace Radha Kund Prabhu. And when he was not well, so I was personally serving him. And then he was having that habit to like go to Vrindavan, do the parikrama, and also to visit different temples, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Damodar, Radha Govinda. So I used to take him in the rickshaw, and while going, practically whoever he'd see, the Brajvasis were there, even the rickshawalas were there. They will say Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, and then he will just fold his hands and he will say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I was not doing that, but he was like practically showing respect to each and every person. So I was remembering like Amanina Manadena. So he was showing respect to each and every Brajvasi. And then he saw me that I was not showing sufficient respect. So he said, it's most essential, as soon as you see a devotee, you should fold the hand. That's most important. And immediately you should bow down your head. If you are not able to offer obeisances, at least bow down your head. And then he said, Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Giraj Govardhan ki jai, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. So one very nice point he has mentioned, that as soon as you bow down your head, as soon as you fold your hand, there is a very hard mountain is there in your heart. That mountain is of false ego. That mountain of false ego starts getting crushed more you fold the hand. And then your heart will become really soft like a butter. And the Krishna, who is a butter thief, he'll steal your heart. So the first thing, you have to make your heart very soft. So most important thing is you should immediately fold the hands as soon as see a devotee. And then, so the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, the fourth is to not show the respect. And the fifth one is, Hanti Nindati Vo Dveshti Vaishnave Na Binandati Krudyate, becoming angry on a Vaishnava. That's fifth. And sixth is Na Darshane Harsham. As soon as you see a devotee and you don't feel happy, that itself is offense, they say. So it's the most rare thing, as we hear from the scriptures. Durlabham manusham dehe dehinam shanabhangure tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priyadarshane. The most rare thing in this world is to get the human form of life, but even more rare than getting human form of life is Vaikuntha Darshane, to have the darshan of the devotees. Many different verses are there. Bhagyodayena bahujanma samarjitena satsangam labate purusho yadavai. Padma Puran Bhagavat Mahatma speaks about that. That Bhagyodayena bahujanma samarjitena. After accumulating the pious credit for millions and millions of life, when the fortune arises, that's the time one gets the opportunity to have the darshan of a Vaishnava. As Vrindavan Das Thakur also says in Chaitanya Bhagavata, Aneka bhagyera phale Vaishnava asiya mile. After many fortunes, good fortune when arises, that's the time we get the opportunity to see a Vaishnava. I think I heard from His Holiness Srila Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, he speaks about that. Like Janme Janme Jiva Pita Mat. Practically in every life one gets the mother, every life one gets the father, the brother, the sisters, and in every species of life also. Ganga Yena Baluka. How many lives have we taken in this on this planet? They say that the river of Ganges starts from like the Gangotri, if you go to India, and then finally it merges to the Ganga Sagar. So from Gangotri to Ganga Sagar, the Ganga is flowing, Ganges, and in that Ganges as many there are particles of sand are there, that many mothers, that many fathers, that many relationships we have accepted and given up. Janme janme jiva pita mata paye. In so many lives we have accepted all those relationships, but after many lives, practically you can say, when Krishna becomes very much pleased with a living entity, and then Krishna thinks that okay, now is the time that there should be the end of his material bondage. So that's the time Krishna sends the devotee in the life of a person. It's not something ordinary. It's not that out of our own punya we can get the association of devotees. So this is the most, at least in India, we see devotees everywhere. Now here, like, it's not so easy to have the devotees. So you want to see the devotees, you want to interact. This is one of the most auspicious thing. We see in Bhagavatam from the beginning to end, so many devotees, they got the darshan of Krishna. Whether it's a Dhruva, a Prahlada, Prithu Maharaj we see here. And all the devotees, those who got the darshan of Krishna, that is our like the ultimate aspiration that we want darshan of Krishna in this lifetime. We want the direct encounter of Krishna. So the devotees, those who got the direct darshan of Krishna, that is the final thing. After getting the direct darshan of Krishna, what they have asked for. So you say, like even Parikshit Maharaj says, Punascha bhuyad bhagavati anante rati prasangash tadashreshu. Oh Krishna, I really pray that even if I have to take birth again and again, what is the most important thing? That rati, anante rati prasanga tad ashreshu. The two things he has asked for, the two benedictions is, let me have the love for Krishna and let me have the intimate association of the devotees. Dhruva Maharaj also speaks about the association of devotees. So that's the most rare thing we see. So, and then the another thing which we see in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, in the beginning, this commentary by Sridhar Swami of Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto. So there are like 10 subjects of Bhagavatam which has been mentioned in the last chapter, first verse of 2nd canto. I think 2nd canto, chapter 10th, verse 1st. That is Atro Sarga Visargascha Sthana Poshana Mutaya Manvantara Ishanu Katha Nirodha Mukti Ashraya. There are 10 subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam. So amongst them, one of that is called as Uti. That word is given. And how Srila Prabhupada translates as like impetus. I think impetus to do something. So there are like Uti in Hindi, they translate as karma vasana. Some desire which forces you to do some action, I can say. That is Uti. So there, Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto speaks about the karma vasana, Uti, the desire which impels you to do some action. So there he speaks about two kinds of desire. One is called as Krishna Anukula Vasana and Krishna Pratikula Vasana. A desire favorable for performing service to Krishna and the desire unfavorable. So one is like the desire when you really want to serve Krishna, you remember Krishna. So those kind of desires comes into Anukul, favorable, and you don't want to remember Krishna and you become envious of Krishna. That comes in the unfavorable category. So the question there arises that how a jiva, a living entity, does get this kinds of desire. What is the origin of getting these kinds of desires? Karma, bhakti anukul and bhakti pratikul. Favorable desire and unfavorable desire. And there it gives two examples. So first example of unfavorable desires is Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu was like so much envious. He had so much enmity for the Lord Hari. All the time he was like in that unfavorable mood. And then the next example is of the favorable, and that is Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj was in the most unfavorable environment, we can say. Someone was telling yesterday that like in Africa now the crime is increasing day by day, more and more. Especially. So the environment in which I don't know whether it was like Bangladesh or not. But when Prahlad was there, that environment was very like unfavorable for devotional service. No one was allowed to chant. No one was allowed to perform any sacrifice. No one was allowed to worship Lord Hari. If they will see anyone worshipping, it's almost like Bangladesh. They will kill him, they will punish him. And in that atmosphere where practically there must be like in Hiranyakashipu's kingdom, there must be like no temples. No one was allowed to wear the kanchimala. No one was allowed to have some Vaisnava tilaka. No one was allowed for any kind of this spiritual practice to serve Krishna. And in such an environment, Prahlad appeared from the womb of Mother Kayadu. And he got a very intense bhakti anukul vasana. The way like their acharyas speaks about like Prahlad is called as the Smaran Bhakti Acharya. There are like 9 limbs of devotional service. Out of that, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam is called as the Acharya of Smaranam, the constant remembrance. Like most of practically all the living entities, they are all the time they are breathing, inhaling, exhaling. And it's so natural, the inhaling, exhaling, that we don't even realize. So Prahlad's remembrance of Krishna was that natural. Prahlad was all the time remembering Krishna. Krishna Bhagavatam Shukadeva Goswami says, Krishna graha grihitatma na veda jagad idrisham. Like someone is haunted by a ghost and that ghost completely controls that person. So similarly, Prahlad Maharaj was haunted by Krishna. Krishna graha, grihita. So Krishna graha, by the planet Krishna, by Krishna consciousness, was completely haunted to such an extent, na veda jagad idrusham. It's a very nice word. If you understand the meaning, na veda, veda means to know. Jagat idrusham. Although he was interacting in this world, he was seeing the people, he was speaking with the people. But the way we see the world, Prahlad Maharaj was not seeing the world like that. Practically everywhere, in everything, he was having the darshan of Krishna. So na veda, and all the time he was remembering Krishna. It's not like only at the end time when Hiranyakashipu asked him, can you show me your Lord Hari? And he said, it's everywhere. And then say whether that Hari is there in the pillar. And Prahlad said, yes. So Acharya says, it's not like at that time, but from the beginning, he was having that consciousness. Sarvatra ho ishta deva sfurti. Everywhere he was like remembering Krishna. So the question arises, in such a demoniac family, how someone can become such a intense devotee? On the other hand, we see Hiranyakashipu was a direct associate of Supreme Lord Hari as Jai Vijay. And out of the curse of 4 Kumaras, he got the body of Hiranyakashipu. And he became completely envious and he became the staunch enemy of Lord Hari. So how this transformation happened? So Sridhar Swami in the beginning of 7th canto gives the commentary, and they said what is the root cause of having a favorable desire to serve Krishna, and what is the root cause of having the unfavorable desire to go away from Krishna. So only two reasons he gives. The first one is called as Mahat Kripa, and second is called as Mahat Kopa. So that when you get the blessings of a Vaishnava, when a Vaishnava gets pleased, that's the time you start getting the desire to serve Krishna. And as soon as a devotee becomes unpleased with you, that's the moment you start developing a desire away from Krishna. I was just speaking in one of the Japa workshop also. Although we all the time hear about this Kirtaniya Sadahari, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in purport many times, one should chant the holy name 24 hours. Although we have heard this so many times, we might have also spoken so many times. But practically we experience that even if we have so much of time, we are not able to chant all the time throughout the day. Yeah, morning we have what is called as a ritualistic practice. Okay, I have taken the vow in front of the spiritual master. Okay, let me chant 16 rounds. So that's there. But rest of the time, are we really inspired to chant? So there one of the reason is given by the acharyas that if some devotee has become unpleased with you, if you hurt some devotee, you won't be able to chant the holy name 24 hours. Unless until all the Vaishnavas are pleased with you, you won't come to that perfectional stage of constant chanting. Desh खाईते शुईते जथा तथा नाम लय देश काल नियम आदि नाही सर्व सिद्धि है. As Chaitamrita Antilila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, while walking, while eating, while sleeping, practically at every moment, how one can chant. So it's said that unless until you get the blessings of all the devotees, even if someone you got the, like we hear this pastime of Rup Goswami, who was remembering the Krishna Lila of Krishna climbing on the tree, and suddenly Srimati Radharani came to pluck the flowers, and Krishna pushed the branch down, and Srimati Radharani caught that branch, and immediately then Krishna removed his leg and then Srimati Radharani was like hanging on the branch, and immediately Rup Goswami started laughing by having that Nitya Leela darshan, by having the direct darshan of the eternal pastime. But then another devotee was walking, and then he was having some problem with his leg, and he thought that Rup Goswami is laughing on me. And that moment immediately this Nitya Leela darshan got stopped. So we might say like Rup Goswami, the Rup Manjari, is an eternal associate from Radha Krishna's pastime. But at that platform also we see. So how much one has to be very sensitive or careful about one's dealing with the Vaishnavas. So for that, the the basic initial etiquette which has been given here is showing respect at the feet of the Vaishnavas. So there's a famous song by Shri Narottam Das Thakur, where he speaks about the glories of washing the feet. I don't know, that was a question which was asked, and I didn't have any answer once I was speaking on this. That here we see in Bhagavatam there's so many examples. Krishna is washing the feet of Sudama. Krishna is washing the feet of many Brahmanas. Even like when Mother Rukmini sent the Brahmana with the message, at that time Krishna again washed the feet of the Brahmanas. Krishna massaging the feet of Bhrigu Rishi. And Srila Prabhupada writes here in the purport of how Krishna took this service when the Rajasuya Yajna was going on. So Krishna, although we hear, so someone asked me that question, because There's another Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya himself speaks about that. Bhakta puda dhuli ar bhakta pada jala bhakta bhukta avashesha tina mahabala. So the three most powerful things which can give you immediately the remembrance of Krishna is Bhakta Pada Dhuli, the dust from the feet of the devotee. Bhakta Pada Jala, the water which has washed the feet of a devotee. And Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha, the remnants of the food left by the devotee. So there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Eitina seva haite Krishna prema haya Puna puna sarva shastra phukari ekaya. Lord Chaitanya is saying here, Eitina seva haite. If you just perform these three service, if you get the dust of the lotus feet of a devotee, if you get the water washed from the lotus feet of a devotee and get the remnants of the devotee, one attains the supreme goal. And what is the supreme goal? Ecstatic love for Krishna. Just by having this. What is the name of that? I think Kaliya Krishna Das, Lord Chaitanya's pastime, was famous for taking the remnants of all the devotees. Used to personally go and offer the mangoes. I think he offered to one of the devotees, he offered the mangoes. And when the devotees took the mango, and after that water the seed was there, they threw outside the dustbin. And he was hiding behind the house. So he went there and he took it from there. So once I remember, many times devotees, out of showing some kind of external humility, say, Prabhuji, I want the dust of your lotus feet. So once I was sitting with some devotees, and one devotee said that, I want the dust from your lotus feet. And another senior devotee was there. He said, do you really want the dust from the lotus feet? Yes. So okay, go there. There is at the door there is a mat is there, where all the devotees, when they enter, they clean their feet. So you'll get the dust of all the devotees, and you just wash that and drink that water. If you go to, I think in South India, there's I think it's in Udupi. Udupi Krishna is there, or might be some other temple, where we see at the entrance of the temple there's a deity of a king and a queen. There, as a symbolic, king and queen are there. And who are there? So there is King Kulashekara. King Kulashekara built the temple, and then he himself made his symbolic idol there. And what was the reason? He said that for the future, whoever will come in here, all the devotees, may I get the dust of all their lotus feet. There's another very famous bhajan of Vrindavana Vasi Jata Vaishnavera Gana. So in that bhajan, there's a Vaishnava Acharya Devaki Nandan Das. He sings in that bhajan, may I offer my obeisances to all the devotees from Vrindavan, all the residents of Mayapur, all the residents of Jagannath Puri. So same thing we see in the life of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. I think I heard from this one is Mahanidhi Swami, I don't remember, who speaks about the life of Raghunath Das Goswami. So we hear that Raghunath Das Goswami, what was his daily morning program? We are we attend Mangala Arati, and after that we have okay, Vancha Kalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhu Beoja Paitana Pavan Vivashnu Anand Kodi Vaishnava Ki Jai. That is a ritualistic one obeisances we do. And there we see Raghunath Das Goswami, what kind of life he had. Sahasra Dandavata Kare Laya Lakshanama Dui Sahasra Vaishnavera Nitya Pranama. That was the daily morning program. Sahasra Dandavat. Every day he was offering 1000 obeisances to the deities, chanting 1,00,000 names. And third thing is Dui Sahasra Dandavat Vaishnava Pranam. And 2,000 obeisances to the Vaishnavas. So I was just thinking like, still today if you go to Vrindavan, you go to Govardhan, we see that many devotees, they do the Dandavat Parikrama there. And one place they do 100, then next 100, like that. They keep doing. So they're like following the footsteps of Raghunath Das Goswami. So there I heard like how Raghunath Das Goswami offering the obeisances. So he will like see in the direction of Mayapur. Okay, in Mayapur, Advaita Acharya ki jai, and then he'll offer the obeisances. Nityanand Prabhu ki jai, they'll offer the obeisances. They'll see at Jagannath Puri, okay, Gadadhar Pandit ki jai, Jagdanand Pandit ki jai. He'll remember one devotee and he'll offer the obeisances in that direction. Maybe he might be looking at the direction of Durban. Okay, Shuddhi Prabhuji ki jai. In the future, Shuddhi Prabhu will be in Durban. So whatever devotees are in the different directions. Like that, he was offering on the all 10 directions. Raghunath Das Goswami. So that's the culture we see. That. So here Mahaprabhu is saying, Tate bar bar kahi shuna bhakta gana vishvasa kariya kar eitina sevana. My dear devotees, please hear from me, for I insist again and again. Please keep faith in these three and render service to them without hesitation. This dust, the water and the remnants. Tina haite Krishna nama premera ullasa. Krishnera prasada tate sakshi Kalidas. Okay. Here it's mentioned Kalidas. Kalidas was a devotee. So they are saying, Tina haite Krishna premera ullas. Krishna nama premera ullas. Just by doing this three service, getting the dust from the devotee's feet and then water and remnants, just by achieving this, one will achieve the highest goal of life. And what is Krishna Nama Premera Ullasa? So he will attain the love, ecstatic love for the holy name of Krishna. So that is mentioned. So Narottam Das Thakur, in the same line, he sings a very nice song. I liked it very much. I'll just read that. Thakura Vaishnava Pada Avanira Susampada Shuna Bhai Kare Ekamana. Sing, oh devotees, kindly listen very attentively. The glories of the lotus feet of the devotees. That is Avanira Susampada. The word is, that is the greatest wealth of this world. That's the conviction of Narottam Das Thakur. The lotus feet of the Vaishnavas is the greatest wealth. It's the most valuable thing. And then he says, Ashray laiya bhaje tara Krishna nahi tyaje ara sab mare akarana. So one who takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas, Krishna won't give him up. There is another verse, I think in this, just 2 days before, the latest issue of Krishna Katha Amrit Bindu by His Grace Madhavanand Prabhu, who I think every Ekadashi it comes up the article. And then I think this article, this issue is highlighted more on the service to the Vaishnavas. And then he quotes one of the shloka from Chaitanya Bhagavat, where Vrindavan Das Thakur has quoted from some Purana, where it speaks that if you are serving Krishna, it's doubtful whether you will attain Krishna or not. By service to Krishna, getting the blessings of Krishna is doubtful. But you serve a Vaishnava, it's guaranteed that you will get Krishna. It's mentioned there. So similarly, he's saying one who takes shelter of the Vaishnava and worship Krishna is never forsaken by Krishna. Others die without reason. And then in 3, he speaks about the Vaishnava Charana Jala and Vaishnava Charana Renu, the dust, the glories of the dust and the glories of the water washed from the feet of Vaishnavas. Vaishnava Charana Jala प्रेम भक्ति दीते बल, आर के हो नहे बलवंत. Vaishnav Charan Jala, the water from the Vaishnava's lotus feet, Prema Bhakti Dite Bala. It has the power to give you the Prema Bhakti. It has divine strength for a person to give the loving devotional service. Ar keho nahe balavanta. That's a realization of Narottam Das Thakur. There is nothing more powerful than this in the whole creation. Any other limb is not as powerful as the water which has washed the feet of a Vaishnava. And then he says, Vaishnava Charana Renu Mastaka Bhushana Binu Ara Nahi Bhushanera Anta. If you really want to decorate your body, what is the best ornament for a Vaishnava? He says, Vaishnava Charana Renu is the best decoration. The dust of the feet of Vaishnavas putting on the head, smearing on the head, that is the best decoration, which will really make you beautiful. And then he says, Tirtha Jala Pavitra Guna Likhiyache Purane Sesaba Bhaktira Pravanchana. So there is a difference of opinion in the English translation here, because I personally met one Bengali devotee. I asked him the meaning. Tirtha Jala Pavitra Guna Likhiyache Purane. So in the Puranas it's mentioned that the purifying qualities of the water in the tirthas, in the holy places you go, you take bath in the Ganga, Yamuna, Radha Kund, Sham Kund, different rivers, and it has the power to purify you. That's mentioned. But the word here Narottam Das Thakur is saying, Se Sava Bhaktira Pravanchana. So here it's translated that Pravanchana, they have translated as a Pravachan. Pravachan means lecture. So in every Bhakti lecture we speak that. But actually the word is Bhaktira Pravanchana. It's just a, what you can say, Chal. It's like a, what do you say? It's like a cheating, you can say. It doesn't have the real power. All the holy rivers doesn't have that kind of power to purify you. And then Narottam Das Thakur says, Vaishnavera padodaka samanahi e sab jate haya vanchita purana. Even if you take the water from all the holy rivers in the creation and you keep them on one side, and the other side there is a water which has washed the feet of lotus feet of a devotee. All the holy rivers water cannot have that kind of strength, because the holy rivers water can destroy the sins but cannot awaken the prem, cannot awaken the desire to serve Krishna, to love Krishna. But that one can easily get just by washing the feet of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava Sangite Mana Anandita Anukshana Sadahaya Krishna Prasanga. By associating with Vaishnavas, one feels blissful discussing the topics of Lord Krishna. So becoming impatient due to forgetfulness of Krishna, Narottam Das Thakur thus laments. So like that, there are many. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also written a song on this, about getting the water from the feet of Vaishnava. Even Narad Muni says about the ideal family life in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto. So there we see that he says a home of a grahastha, of a householder, which is not purified by sprinkling the water, which has washed the feet of a devotee, that is like a haunted place, something like that he has mentioned there. And so many places that the tirthi kurvanti tirthani gruheshu gruhame sagodohana matrami gruheshu gruhmedinam avikshate mahabhagas tirthi kurvan sadashramam. Shukdev Goswami used to visit the places, the home of the grahasthas, just to make them tirtha. So it's mentioned that the home of a householder becomes tirtha only when a Vaishnava go there and their feet are being washed there. And that water sprinkled at the home. So it's not something just a theory. I was just, but I didn't get the answer. Although we have heard so many times, but somehow we don't have that culture. In India, we see what I just said. In Bengal, if you go in Orissa, still they have this tradition that as soon as sadhu will come, the first thing they won't allow you to enter inside unless until you allow them to wash their feet. So we allow. So in Iskcon we don't have that. Maybe once in a year during the Vyas Puja of the spiritual master, we wash their feet. Out of humility also, like we don't allow to wash our, because we don't feel ourselves as a Vaishnava. But definitely to other Vaishnavas we should be doing this service which is mentioned here. So at many places they have this culture. Even in South India you go, they also have this culture of washing the feet of the different acharyas. They do this. So that's what is mentioned here. It's a very nice thing. And finally, when Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Hiranyakashipu that how can you have fixed your mind on Krishna and you are not getting deviated even for a moment, although you got so many difficulties. We tried to kill you so many times by so many different ways, but all the time you're just remembering Lord Hari. So how your mind got focused on Lord Hari? And then is a famous verse, Mati na Krishne parata sato va mitho bipadyet grahavartanam. That no matter whatever practice you do, whatever tapasya you do, whatever kind of karma kand, all different sadhan you can do, but nothing can help you to fix your mind on Krishna. Only one thing which is mentioned in 7th canto and also in the 5th canto. Only one thing which can really help you to fix your mind on Krishna is Mahiyasam Pad Rajo Vishekam. When you smear on your body the dust from the feet of a Vaishnava, that's the only time your mind will be fixed on Krishna. You see? So I don't know, like maybe Shruti Prabhu can give some more practical solution. So still I have this question in my own mind also. We have heard so much about the glories of the dust. We have heard so much glories about the water which has washed the feet of the devotees. So, but in practice we don't see this very often in our culture of Iskcon. So maybe this could be my question to Shuddhi Prabhu. That how this could be, how we can get this benefit in our life.
We get the dust from Srila Prabhupada by studying his books and by trying to put the things into practice.
Yeah,
I think that's a better way than trying, because most of us don't want to have our feet washed. You want them to come wash your feet? Do you? You're sure? Should we come wash them now with a bucket? Most of us don't want that. They had a special thing for the Prabhupada disciples. So you were talking about the different births. We don't need to be concerned with our last family members in a last birth, even if we found where they are.
What?
Even if we found out where our family members in a past life were, we don't need to be concerned with that life. We need to be concerned with Krishna now, correct?
Yeah.
Because I did find mine in Bangalore. But we won't tell that story. It was so wonderful to have you here.
So once again,
we will go take
thank you very much. I would like to
we
thank
will take prasadam now together.
Shuddhi Prabhu. Yeah.
All right.
Shuddhi Prabhu. Really, thanks. I'm really feeling blessed to be here in front of such a senior most Srila Prabhupada disciple.
It just means I'm an old man.
And and also I'd like to thank
but every day we have to try something.
All the devotees who are here, Iskcon Durban. Radhika Jivan Prabhu, Madhuri Kadamini Mataji, and everyone. And we have Dridvrata Prabhu also, all of us, and especially Anand Mai Krishna Prabhu, who was like, has guided me to schedule some of my classes, my services here at Durban for the short visit. So thank you all, and please kindly forgive me if knowingly or unknowingly if I caused some inconvenience to any one of you. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, राधा राधानाथ भगवान की जय, श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।